All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to game three in this matchup, Lynn versus Michael in this 1v1. This game taking place here on Amazonia. Okay, over here on the top right-hand side of the map, we have Lynn spawning as the red orc. Meanwhile, Michael is over here on the bottom left as the blue undead. Um, Having a feast like High Lord, living in Lordaeron while as the peasants watch. No, no. Shocky Shocks with 22 people raid. By the way, thank you for the raid. I'm wondering why the raids don't get updated on my channel. I thought raid updates were supposed to let me happy or was supposed to inform me of what was going on. Thank you, Shocky Shocks, for the raid. Anyways, over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have Michael spawning as that blue undead. Top right is going to be Lynn spawning as that red orc. Things getting ready and going. Is it going to be a Crypt Lord, or are we going to perhaps see a Death Knight? Death Knight, the hero of choice, coming in from Michael as opposed to the Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord not nearly as strong, but then again, we also didn't get to see that balance patch in the hands of the professional players. I think that's one of the things I really wanted to see. I wanted to see how professional players handled the level 2 and level 3 carry-on beetles, and just showed how to really shut it down. Good morning. Replays saved with the correct colors. Yeah, really? And one thing I don't know if Pad ever, or if anyone knows Pad. I did realize one thing. If you try and like swap the positions by using the ally color modes or changing the ally color modes, it does swap the positions, but it doesn't end up swapping the hero. The heroes actually end up being on a different side than your opponent. I think it happens with observers. You'll have to double check that, but that is a definite issue. And I just realized it's a Shadow Hunter first. Okay. Lynn just went for Shadow Hunter first. I didn't even catch that. Lynn going for Shadow Hunter first, able to clear out the creep camp because there is Lightning Shield, and now purposely trying to back away as well. Gonna go ahead and clear up that distance, finishing things up. A Shadow Hunter first, going up against Undead. I've seen Shadow Hunter first going up against Night Elf when Night Elf players were using Mass Huntresses, and you really wanted to have, you really wanted to use a whole bunch of Serpent Wards to try and prevent that. Lynn going for a really unorthodox strategy here with Shadow Hunter first, but the Shadow Hunter does have some actual benefits. The Shadow Hunter is one of the few heroes that can actually heal itself with Healing Wave, targeting itself and then hitting some other units. So having a level 3 Healing Wave early on makes a very big difference, as you see the Shadow Hunter sell that Scroll of Town Portal and picking up, well, some Healing Salves, Scrolls of Speed. What is the Shadow Hunter follow-up attacks going to be? That is the follow-up question here, as the Shadow Hunter now makes its way over here to the bottom left. A little bit of an engagement now getting underway. There's a Hex onto the Death Knight. Death Knight probably was not expecting a Hex this early on, and there you see Cloak of Shadows being used. All right, that Cloak of Shadows hiding right in that position right there. Is he going to be able to back away? Skeletal minions now making their way back out as well, as the Death Knight may try to land a Death Coil on that low hit point Grunt, who is still retreating once more. Skeletal minions looking to back up again. Shadow Hunter staying at level 2. Both heroes staying at about the same amount of experience, as that Shadow Hunter still coming in for harassment. Now, harassing against the undead is generally not recommended, as they have access to early cold towers. Fighting on Blight is difficult, and well, the undead aren't really that powerful in the early stage to begin with. They're often trying to harass, and they're trying to delay what their opponent is trying to do. If you come in to harass as well, it kind of almost plays into their strategy, as the undead heroes, once the Lich is out onto the field with a good number of Crypt Fiends, can all of a sudden easily clear out a lot more creep camps and do it in a timely manner with the help of Unholy Aura moving in and out of position very fast. Rogue now making its way across here, going to get in some easy damage, or it takes some easy damage as that Lightning Shield causing a little bit of problems. Meanwhile, over here on the top left, Shadow Hunter, well, continuing to use that lightning shield to effectively deal large amounts of damage to these creeps. You can see how much damage all of these creeps are taking as that lightning shield is just being spread across all of those units once more. All right, lightning shield, did it actually take down one of those units? I think it could have been. Or did they actually just die at the same time? And that's why you saw that plus 81 experience right there. Down goes another unit there, plus 69. Tome of Agility, giving the Shadow Hunter more attack, as the Shadow Hunter, contrary to what you would normally think, is technically an agility-based hero. Shadow Hunter, an agility-based hero, having high armor, even though it is mainly used as a spellcaster. Primary attribute is agility, has 6 armor already, and is still wandering around nicely. Coming back the other side, Death Knight, sitting at level 3, has Crypt Fiends. We are looking at, well, Halls of the Dead, teching to tier 3. We are going from into Stronghold and into Fortress, as we are getting a Blade Master second. Alright, a Blade Master as the secondary hero. That was not something that I was expecting to see. I was expecting to see, well, the Tauren Chieftain as a second hero as well. As well, Blade Master doesn't make that much sense to me. We'll see how that Blade Master actually works out, as well. Considering the items that the Shadow Hunter got, perhaps it does make sense. That Blade Master with double gloves of haste and claws of attack plus 6, that may have been the reasons, and that does make sense when you overall consider it, as you see the Death Knight quickly using that Scroll of Town Portal, realizing, you know what, I do not want to get hexed. WarCraft 3, Mr. Mirror, thank you for the follow, as the Enforcer gonna get taken down there. Tome of Strength being left behind, Blade Master sitting at level 1. Amazonia, well, some of the creep camps are still available. We'll see how all of this will be crept out in just a moment. Shadow Hunter still sitting at level 3, does have True Shot aura for that Forest Troll Berserker and himself. Skeletal Minion gonna do a little bit of harassment, as well as the Blade Master will get to level 2 after this Rock Golem gets taken down. Tome of Agility and Potion of Invulnerability being picked up by the Blade Master. Shadow Hunter having some good Blade Master having some good items once more. Shadow Hunter with level 2 healing wave. Longevity on that Blade Master should not be a problem, as well Raiders are now joining in on the fight, as we are teching or finishing our tech to tier 3. I am curious as to why we are teching to tier 3 coming in from Lin. Normally tier 3 is for an additional hero. Are we going to see a Tauren Chieftain as that third hero? That is that question. Blade Master now coming in from behind. He does have Windwalk and a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Orb of Corruption going to remove a little bit of armor there, as the units are going to be trying to engage. Blade Master is just constantly trying to harass and perhaps delay, but the Lich is not falling for it too much. No, going to go after that Blade Master again. Are we going to perhaps see the Rock Golem get taken down? Tome of Intelligence and a Scroll of Beast now picked up. There is that other consumable item. Perhaps he was hoping for another Potion of Invulnerability, or yeah, another Potion of Invulnerability, or a Potion of Greater Healing. Blade Master still sticking around here, gonna go ahead and head after these skeleton or these Forest Troll Trappers, get every little bit of experience that it can. Could have taken down the other Forest Troll Trapper there before Windwalking, but the Blade Master now doesn't want to risk it. All right, 14 hit point Forest Troll Trapper going after that Skeletal Minion. Is the Skeletal Minion? Well, nope, he is going to actually back away, as the Tauren Chieftain is that third hero going up against a Pit Lord now with Howl of Terror. All right, Pit Lord in that front line. Howl of Terror does reduce the amount of damage your opponent's units deal, as the Pit Lord now making its way back off to the north here. Okay, a little bit of sharing of the creeps right now. Blade Master hitting one side, while the Pit Lord and the Death Knight hitting the other. Who's going to get the majority of the experience? That is the question, as the Tauren Chieftain does have level 1 Stomp. Blade Master still sitting at level 2, not going to be able to get to level 3 off of this creep camp, as there's simply just too many heroes down and about. out. Blade Master does pick up an Orb of Lightning, will have Purge, and perhaps be able to get in some fair damage as we see a couple of ensnares now go down. Frost Armor, going to be a problem for that Blade Master to overcome as you see Frost Nova going down onto that Force Troll Trapper. In comes the engagement. Howl of Terror hitting the majority of that Orc army, greatly reducing the amount of damage, followed up by a Stomp, greatly stopping those units in its tracks. Tauren Chieftain still has enough for another follow-up Stomp. There's a Healing Wave trying to save that Kodo Beast, but the Kodo Beast ends up getting taken down anyways. Blade Master going to go after that Destroyer. Destroyer gets a Death Coil to stay alive for a little while longer. Meanwhile, Burrowed Crypt Fiend ends up getting revealed from Dust of Appearance and still gets stomped on. Another follow-up Death Coil saving up that Destroyer here again as the units are just getting purged and then slowly getting taken down. Blade Master perhaps should be going after the Obsidian statue there, focusing so much time, energy, and effort to take down one Destroyer. There is Sentry Wards as well. Healing Wave bouncing back around. Shadow Hunter a little bit low on mana. Blade Master going to be going after the Obsidian statue. Should be able to take it down. One or two more shots. One more shot. There it goes as the Raiders are still backing up again. Tauren Chieftain, Blade Master still fighting up. Once more, Crypt Fiend trying to get back again. Death Knights keeping the army alive, but now out of mana and with no Obsidian statues. Thank you for the follow. No Obsidian statues. Well, how are they going to actually be able to get more mana there? Hex onto the Death Knight. Death Knight could be in trouble. There's the follow-up Stomp. Death Knight does not have any way to stay alive, and it gets taken down, giving level 3 to the Blade Master. Tauren Chieftain could be in trouble. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability is available to him, as the Blade Master could Windwalk and go after that Pit Lord now. There's that Howl of Terror. Pit Lord staying alive for at least for a little while longer as the Death Knight now back out onto the field. Kodo Beast, nothing in its belly. Crypt Fiends, we're going to see a Grunt getting taken down as the Lich does not finish anything off there, as we do not see any sort of Sentry Ward. The Tauren Chieftain is the one with the Sentry Wards, not the Shadow Hunter, and it was not able to be placed down. All right, Lin able to keep a lot of his units alive. We're looking at 50 supply compared to 46. Battle of Attrition pulling back with all of those low hit point units. Hero level is going to be making a very big difference here in just a moment. Blade Master having a little bit more experience, but the Shadow Hunter, if it gets to level 5, will mean that it's very difficult to finish off any of the opposing units, as the Healing Wave will just be bouncing around, healing up the primary target majorly, and then supporting heroes or supporting heals for those remaining units. All right, it looks as though was that a Sentry Ward? I would have thought the Sentry Ward would have been placed further to the south to actually gain sight of the Pit Lord if those units are trying to engage right here. Okay, trying to aggro and pull them away, but that's exactly what's happening right now. The Undead Army, is it going to try and engage right here? That is the question to be had. Sentry Ward is perfectly positioned. There's Dust of Appearance as the Blade Master quickly revealed. Blade Master could have a little bit of problems. There's a Healing Wave trying to keep him alive, as that Crypt Fiend is going to end up getting taken down. There it goes. Blade Master trying to go after another Crypt Fiend. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability used. Transferred from the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain now with Endurance Aura, perhaps going to throw down a Stomp. Another Crypt Fiend getting taken out. I don't believe Michael knows that there is actually, a Sentry Ward right there keeping track of all of those units. Kodo Beast, only one of them has anything in its belly. Normally, when you have 3 Kodos out here on the map like that, come on, just eat that. It was right in front of your mouth, Kodo, as there is an Obsidian statue right there. All right, more damage getting added in. Tauren Chieftain throws down a Stomp. Shadow Hunter is still in the back. There is a Kodo Beast getting blasted, and you cannot, if that Crypt Fiend was taken out, that would have been a lot less damage to be had, as we now see level 4 on the Death Knight and level 2 on the Pit Lord. Double level up for the Undead. All right, Kodo Beast now trying to back away. Howl of Terror coming back down. 37 supply compared to 49. Lin is still in control of this game, as we could be looking at another Dust of Appearance. Yes, Dust of Appearance revealing that Burrowed Crypt Fiend. He could get taken down. Tauren Chieftain low on mana, unable to get anything there, as Obsidian statues are still getting taken out here. Death Knight, does it have an easy way out? Kodo Beast trying to back away once more, as the Howl of Terror, coming to an end. All right, looks as though a couple of, Berserkers are going to end up getting taken down here. Grunts trying to retreat back. Peon running into the fray, only to get taken out relatively quickly. As, this creep camp was not actually cleared out. That Forest Troll Trapper was right there. Last Forest Troll Trapper to get taken out. And the Blade Master, gets a little bit of gold and revenge on picking on his little brother. Hungry Kodos. 3 Kodos out onto the field, but only one of them was actually digesting units. if I saw all 3 Kodos actually eating, the amount of damage from the undead army would have dropped significantly, as it most likely would have been 2 additional Crypt Fiends out of the battle. Oh wow, talk about level 3 healing wave from digestion. Kodo Beast killing that Crypt Fiend, a long slow death, as we now see a tiny Great Hall being established by Lin. Lin is set up beautifully for the next stage of this game. If this game does go long, he does not have to stick around in this fight for that much, or force engagements. He can force engagements in different portions. As we're now looking at the Pit Lord now diving on in here, that Sentry Ward really worth its weight, as we could be looking at a stomp here in just a moment. There's that stomp, as well stunning so many of those undead units. There goes the Obsidian statues. More battles still raging through here. Blade Master seeing out level 3 healing wave, healing up more units as the Raiders now trying to head back and being unable to do that. Death Knight with the Death Coil. Alright, Kodo Beast. It does have a Kodo or a Crypt Fiend in its belly. Blade Master going after the Obsidian statue. Obsidian statue, well, still getting attacked right here, but it is constantly getting missed as the curse from the Banshee, causing that Blade Master to miss its target quite often, keeping that Obsidian statue alive much longer. However, Death Coil saving that Lich just at the last possible moment right there. That Lich has plus 14 damage with double Mantles of Intelligence, but doesn't have enough mana for another Frost Nova again. Kodo Beast going to get taken down. Tauren Chieftain does not have enough for a stomp, as the Blade Master now trying to back away. Dust of Appearance does reveal him. All right, battling still going on. 31 compared to 50 supply. Well, the problem is that Lin has just constantly been able to save all of his units time and time again. And that is the problem. Lin's unit control in that game really just shutting down Michael's heroes. If you look at the overall experience, you can see quite a large discrepancy, 1,000 experience difference between the 2 teams. That little bit of extra experience would have given level 3 to the Lich, which would have been a big power spike in terms of damage. Level 2 Frost Nova, Death Coil perhaps could have also gotten to level 3 as well, adding in not only more damage but more healing too. Lin saving a lot of low hit point units, really giving him that edge in that fight there, giving him the victory. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.